Hi YMCA Nation, this is Matti, Member Wellness Coordinator at the Hal Welsh East Area Family YMCA. And let me address a few things first. Number one, yes, that is my Christmas tree. I prefer to keep it up year round because I think the lighting creates good ambiance. Number two, these are my best friends. That one is Duck and this one is Bentley. And yes, Bentley chooses to lie on the floor instead of the expensive dog bed that I bought him. All right, getting that aside, last time I was with you guys, I showed you some simple exercises to do with a small amount of space that were all about agility and getting your heart rate pumping. And today we're going to do something similar, but we're going to be using an agility ladder, which is literally one of my favorite things for conditioning, probably my favorite thing. And when I was a coach, when I was a teacher, I used these all the time for warm-ups with my students and to work on coordination, agility, and speed. I used it for kindergartners, so 5-year-olds, all the way up through my varsity athletes. It was excellent for everyone, and it's something that really helps build coordination. So what I used to do when I didn't have agility ladders to use, which they are relatively inexpensive if you wanted to buy one online, but if you have a flat, hard surface to use, you can make one yourself. On my gymnasium floors, I used to use masking tape or electrical tape. They worked perfectly, and the nice thing about that was they didn't move. If you mess up and step on this agility ladder, it's gonna move on you and you're gonna have to fix it. So for beginners, it is a really good idea to have something that's stationary. And if you can get outside once the weather's nice again and it stops snowing, you can draw chalk lines on the ground if you have a driveway or a sidewalk or something to use. And my cat might walk through every now and then as well. But all right, so we're making do with what we have. So let's get started. I'm going to go through everything slowly and then I'll show you what it looks like up tempo. As a novice, you're going to want to start out slowly as you do these things. And then as you get more comfortable with them, you're going to build up your speed. All right. So first thing we're going to do is just going to be 1 foot going forward in each box. And to start out, you can literally just walk yourself through it. As you get more comfortable, you're going to want to start to get up on the balls of your feet and be more on your toes as you're doing it. So here we go. 1 foot each box. And I'm going to keep my arms moving the whole time I do it. So let me do that again for you. 1 foot each box. And I'm going to keep putting a little more speed on it. So when I get up to tempo, it's going to be more like... All right, the next one we're going to do is 2 feet in each box. So to start out, you're going to pick a lead foot. I'm going to decide to go with my right foot first. So I'm going to go in, 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 in. That's how that looks. Now, what I do on one side of the body, I want to do on the other. So now I'm going to use my left as my lead side. Same thing, but I'm going to start bringing it up to tempo. And what's nice is if you have multiple people doing this at the same time, you just have a line behind you, and when one person finishes, the next person starts. This is great for small groups. If you've got a couple kids, just keep them going through it. Kids are really motivated by this exercise, as are adults. It's fun, it's easy, it's quick, you do it, then you do it again. But it's a great time. All right, next one we're gonna do side stepping with 2 feet in each box. So let me show you what that looks like. I'm gonna start out leading with my right foot, and now my side is coming through first. So I'm gonna do 1 foot in each box followed by the other. So in, 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 in. After I've done it leading with one side, then I want to give my other side a turn. So remember, 2 feet in each box, leading with your front foot, in, 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 in. And keep your arms moving as you do it. In. All right, next one we're going to do are straddle jumps. So your first movement, and your legs are going to move at the same time. It's going to be in the box, then out of the box. Then you're going to go to the next one. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Here we go again. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. In, out, in, out. So those are the straddle jumps. The next one we're going to do are hopscotch. So hopscotch is a fun one. So when I start this one, I do my first jump behind the box. There's my cat. So I do a jump, and then I'm going to do a hop to 1 foot. Hop. Then the next box is going to be a jump with 2 feet again. Then I'm going to do a hop to my opposite foot. Hop, jump together, and hop. It's a jump and a hop. So here we go. I'm going to put it up to speed for you. And I'm trying to think, something that's really great when you're learning something new, especially something like this, is what we call verbal rehearsal. It helps make a connection between what your mind is trying to process and what your body is trying to do. So I use verbal rehearsal all the time with stuff like this. So it's kind of like everything I have a way of saying it to myself that makes sense. So sometimes what I say might not make sense to you, so you might want to create your own way to say it. But for something like the hopscotch, I think 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, because that's what my feet are doing. So here, I'll do it up to speed this time, using my verbal rehearsal. So I like to say it as I do it. So I go 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. All right. The next one is going to be scissors jump. So scissors jump, you're actually going to be bringing your legs forwards and backwards, but you're still going to propel yourself in a forward motion so that each jump, you're going to get to the next box with the next foot. So the scissors jump simply looks like that. All right, so that is the scissors jump. The next one I call the slalom. You're going to jump, but it's going to have, instead of just a forward motion like the scissors jump, you're going to have some sideways motion into it. So you're going to have 1 foot in the land in the box each time, and you're going to move ahead 1 box. So I start out like this. I would jump, switch it. That's my slalom. Switch, switch, switch. Watch out for your dog. Switch, switch. So let me get that one up to tempo. You're not helping. Can you move a little? Oh, good stretch. All right, so here's that slalom. All right, next one we're gonna do, and I have my list on the wall to help me out, my cheat sheet. Oh, my favorite one. Most people, this is their favorite one. It's called the icky shuffle. And when I talked about that verbal rehearsal, to remember this one, I think in, out, in, out, in, out, because that's the pattern my feet are gonna do. So you're gonna start to one side, doesn't matter which side, but you're gonna start to a side of the ladder, and you're gonna lead with your inside foot. So this is in, out. Now I'm gonna go to the next box, and notice I didn't put that foot down because I don't want it to rest. I want to keep moving. I want it to go fast. In, out. In, out. In, out. This one's kind of like a dance. In, out. In, out. All right, let me put it up to speed. And this time I'm just going to start on the other side because it really doesn't matter. But remember, always lead with your inside foot for this one. In, out. In, out. And I'm going to do it a little faster. And I scared my dogs. So that's the icky shuffle. That one's such a good one. Next we're going to do is sideways, in, out. Oh, I scared duck. Bye, duck. All right, so this one, you're going to be moving sideways, and you're going to pick a side of the ladder to start on, and you're gonna lead with that side. So in to the box, out, out, and I'm still gonna keep forward momentum because I gotta move to the next box. In, out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out. What I do with one side, I wanna make sure I do for the other. So I'm gonna try to do it without stepping on Bentley. In, out, out, 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 in, out, out. All right. And the next one, we're gonna do our S jumps. Excuse me. You kind of snake your way through the ladder, doing a pattern of jumps. And it's gonna take you from outside, inside, outside, then forward. Inside, outside, forward. So, inside, outside, forward. 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 So I'll do that again. Inside, outside, forward. 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 Inside, outside. All right, those are S jumps. And the last one is a crossover. So this one has a little more hip movement to it. It's a little like that icky shuffle, but different. So you're gonna actually start with your outside foot in this one. So you're gonna cross over and go out, out. Cross over, out, out. Cross over, out, out. Every time I cross over, I'm moving to the next box. Cross over, out, out. Cross over, out, out. Cross over, out, out. So let me put that one up to speed for you. Crossover, out, out, crossover, out, out, crossover, out, out, crossover, out, out, crossover, out, out. All right, so think about the verbal rehearsal when you do these. Start out slow, walk yourself through it a couple times, say it as you do it, get that mind-body connection going so that your mind and your body are all doing what they're supposed to at the same time. It really does help, all right? And as always, don't forget, stay positive, stay active, and God bless.